Today we assemble on sacred grounds of our historic capital to give witness to the administration of oaths to our newly elected chiefs and council. Here among the shade of these ancient oak trees, we extend a hand of greeting to our fellow Cherokee citizens, dignitaries and chiefs of other Indian nations, representatives of the United States, various state and local governments, representatives from the Oklahoma House of Representatives and from the Native American Caucus, our friends and those who seek amity with the Cherokee Nation. I am Jay Hanna, a native of Adair County and a citizen of the Cherokee Nation, and it is my honor and privilege to officiate today's ceremonies. These inaugural ceremonies are prescribed by the Cherokee Nation's Constitution, and I declare that these proceedings are called to order and are binding and official. On this occasion, we are surrounded by symbolisms unique to our culture and our people. One very poignant reminder is the empty chair placed here upon the stage. The empty chair, draped with the flag of the Cherokee Nation, is placed upon singularly the domain of the elected. We must, if we are to sustain our culture, our language, our government, our sovereignty, we must all share in the responsibility and the right of self-determination as a nation with all citizens. To dwell on the past means to forfeit the present. To dwell on the future means to forget from whence we came and where we stand today. This inaugural moment in our nation's history should serve as a point of reference for all Cherokee people. Recreation of the past and speculation about the future serves as an important purpose in framing our hopes, dreams, and in the validation that we are indeed moving in the right direction. We have gathered at our historic capital on these sacred grounds to endow our leaders. However, today's proceedings must be more than ceremonial. Just as we look for a point of reference in our personal lives, so must we recognize and more clearly define the seminal moments in our nation's history. Today has the potential of durability to serve as that reference point. The inextricable link between our past, our future, has converged upon this moment in the universal and sacred circles of the Cherokee people. The cleansing ceremony conducted this morning, the oaths that will be taken by our chiefs and council, the pledges that will be made to serve our people, these must be more than words. They must be pledges that are actionable, accountable, and resolute. As Cherokees, we have a rich and vibrant history. This history has many lessons to apply, lessons that have been forged in pain and in peace, lessons born of sacrifice and endurance, and in each case validating that we are a nation indomitable. Yet the question resounds, have we learned from our history? Are our cultural teachings simply life ways to preserve and nurture, or are they rooted in timeless values to be embraced in the living of each day? We speak of caring for our elders, safeguarding our children, engendering empowerment through education, assuring stewardship of the earth, building amity and unity among our citizens. Today is a moment in our sacred circle for all of us, citizens and tribal leaders alike, to embrace and pledge our commitment to the betterment of the Cherokee Nation. But these will only be achieved when we remember our Cherokee traditions. We are reminded that traditional American Indians in earlier years focused first on the tribe, the nation, secondly, the clan, the family, and the individual third. Those who would invert this hierarchy of service have lost sight of the traditional priorities of the common good. As Cherokees, we have vivid examples, past and present, of the chaos and the divisiveness that prevails when this balance is incongruent. The greater good of the Cherokee Nation must be at the fore, or we will perish as a people. If we speak of unity and practice factionalism, we will perish as a people. If we speak of consensus and practice dissension, we will perish as a people. If we invite in federal incursion over our courts, laws, constitution, and leadership, we will perish as a people. If we desire true sovereignty and self-determination as a nation, we must rely upon our own rule of law and our own better judgment of right. In many ways, the future of the Cherokee Nation is within our power to nurture or destroy. The choice is within us. As we continue to move in the right direction, let us remember that indelible courses are charted when we examine all sides of the issue at hand, when we engage in strong and respectful debate, when we build consensus for the common good. These are more than useful tools of deliberation or rules of decorum. They are timeless and invaluable traditions of the Cherokee people. Today, as Cherokees, we would charge our chiefs and council with unwavering commitment to these principles. We must renew our view of the Cherokee Nation as one people. We have vivid scars to remind us that when we divide our house, we weaken our resolve. We need only to remember our own history to illustrate the outcomes of divisiveness. If the Indian removal policies of the federal government in the 1820s and 1830s were not destructive enough, we were implicated by our self-inflicted wounds brought about by the divisions of the Treaty Party, the Ross Party, the Old Settlers in the 1830s and 40s, and the entrapment of the American Civil War. And even in a modern era, those who have undermined our Constitution and rule of law. And in this era of our nation's history, we cannot allow political mongering and personal agenda to serve as a modern shadow of clan feuds of our past. We must be one people. When we build distinctions between full bloods, mixed bloods, when we express that Cherokees in Texas or California or Kansas are somehow less informed and therefore less Cherokee than citizens who live within the historic boundaries, then we are placing our nation's future at risk. While it is true that the needs of our people differ, we are a common people of common blood and possessors of a common heritage. We only weaken our nation when we attempt to draw distinctions solely upon geography. Being Cherokee does not make us noble, nor does it make us victims. It does require us to embrace a balance of inclusiveness. And when our culture becomes elective, we will perish as a people. Today, we charge our chiefs and our council to lead us as one people, to bind us as citizens of a nation with more than programs of housing, health, and education. Bind us through our common blood, our common heritage without distinction. Bind us through involvement in our government, and bind us through the enrichment and practice of traditional values. What is the charge of the Cherokee people upon the chiefs and council of our nation? Today we ask you, please, safeguard the nation's sovereignty. Seek balance and harmony within our government through our Constitution, our laws, our courts, our councils, and our free elections. Keep our traditions of being Cherokee, of embracing dissenting opinions through respectful and constructive debate, so that we might build a consensus for the greater good of the people. Eradicate the divisiveness of political avarice. Empower our businesses to create a new economy for our people so that our nation's future is rooted in both governmental independence and economic viability. Safeguard our Constitution. Since 1827, we have been and continue to be a nation governed by the rule of law. In our recent attainment of full and independent authority over our constitutional process without federal incursion, remind us that with authority comes the responsibility of stewardship for our nation's organic document. Bind our people together as Cherokee citizens. Remind us that only by living our cultural values, respecting traditional ways, and keeping the sacredness of these ways of life will keep us Cherokee. Do not dim nor diminish the people's voice in our councils. Build an inclusive government and engage us to participate in the governing of our nation so that our future may be strong and resilient. Sponsor dialogue in every corner of the nation to better articulate our future and thus embrace harmony in the selection of the path of our people. The Cherokee people would remind you that as our elected leaders, that today you take a solemn oath that has been spoken by Cherokee leaders before you on these very grounds in Tahlequah since it was declared as our capital in 1841. There is an immutable voice from our past that echoes here, and it speaks clearly to us today through these ceremonies. Much more than authority is granted to you by our people here today. You are entrusted with the responsibility to serve. Today, all Cherokees look to the four directions: the north, the south, west, east, the upper world, the lower world, the sacred fire, and there is at the center of our circle, Sagwu Ido Tasta, we will build one fire. To our chiefs and council, we, the Cherokee people, ask you to keep safe our universal circle and foster a coming together of our past, our present, and our future. Keep our fire, lift us up with an indomitable spirit, and keep our nation moving in the right direction. The Cherokee National Youth Choir will once again come to the stage as they sing Orphan Child. We give special thanks for representatives from our neighboring Indian nations. Chief Jerry Douglas of the Delaware Nation, Chief A.D. Ellis of the Muskogee Nation, and representatives from the Oklahoma electoral bodies in Oklahoma City, Senator Jim Wilson from here in Tahlequah, Representatives Mike Brown, Representative Scott Bighorse, Representative Jerry McPeak, and Representative Chuck Hoskins. Also, former state Oklahoma Representative Cal Hobson here joining us today. Thank you for giving witness to these ceremonies. At this time, I would ask that Justice James Wilcoxon step forward to deliver the oath of office to the following members of the Cherokee Nation Tribal Council. From District 1, Cherokee County District, Bill John Baker. Tina Glory Jordan. From District 2 in Adair County, S. Joe Crittenden. Jody Fishinghawk. From District 3 in Sequoyah County District, David W. Thornton Sr. and Janelle L. Fulbright. From District 4 in the Three Rivers District, Don Garvin. District 5 in Delaware County District, Harley L. Buzzard. And Curtis G. Snell. Justice Wilcoxon, administer the oath.
Trying to get everybody in the picture.
Move forward already. Toward the stage.
All right, y'all come up just a little bit. All right, 4-year term. Council member, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Harley Badger,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of tribal council member
the duties of tribal council member
of the Cherokee Nation
of the Cherokee Nation
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation
the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation
and the United States of America.
and the United States of America.
I swear or affirm further
I swear and affirm further
that I will do everything within my power
that I will do everything in my power
to promote the culture,
to promote the culture,
heritage, and traditions
heritage, and traditions
of the Cherokee Nation.
of the Cherokee Nation.
Congratulations.
bring up the remainder and just open without regard to time. The remainder of our council will now come to the stage for the oath without regard to term. District 6, Mays County District. We're going to have one more oath, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm going to bring them up too. We're going to have one more oath because, as prescribed in the Constitution, some of you are serving for 4 and some for 6. So the previous group swore in for 4. Now we're going to swear for 6. Okay? So you know who you are. You should govern yourself accordingly, and then we'll repeat the process. Yeah, and we will have different judges. All right, here we go. Here we go. Does everybody have their music?
No, there's more down here.
Well, okay. Don't we?
They should have. Yeah. All of them.
All right.
Next time we'll be.
It's in the program anyway. Yeah, that's okay. They made us come up.
For 6-year term. Please raise. Are we supposed to bring these guys up?
They're going to do a second.
All right. All of you have 6-year terms. Raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of tribal council member of the Cherokee Nation and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation and the United States of America. I swear or affirm further that I will do everything within my power to promote the culture, heritage, and traditions of the Cherokee Nation. Congratulations. You all are very kind.
Good job.
Well,
I enjoyed it.
from District 6, Mays County District, Meredith Frey. District 8 in Washington and Tulsa District, Buell Anglin. Also from District 8, Bradley Cobb. District 9, Craig County District, Chuck Hoskin Jr. And those representing our expatriate Cherokees at large. I ask Justice Kyle Haskins to deliver the oath of office as is prescribed by the Constitution without reference of term.
Counselors, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swear all of you in at one time and ask that you affirm at the end of the oath. If you'll please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully execute the duties of tribal council member of the Cherokee Nation and will, to the best of your abilities, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation and the United States of America? Do you further swear or affirm that you will do everything within your powers to promote the culture, heritage, and traditions of the Cherokee Nation? Congratulations. It's an honor to be with you. Thank you.
I call upon Justice Darrell Dowdy to administer the oath to the Deputy Principal Chief, Joe Grayson, Jr.
Yes, sir. Put your hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Okay, sir.
I, and state your name,
I, Joe Grayson Jr.,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of Deputy Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation
of Deputy Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation
the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation
and the United States of America.
and the United States of America.
I swear or affirm further
I swear or affirm further
that I will do everything within my power
that I will do everything within my power
to promote the culture, heritage, and traditions
to promote the culture, heritage, and tradition
of the Cherokee Nation.
of the Cherokee Nation.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Go, they give one to me.
O Senhor, Toheja, Ayadidanas Dihanisk. Good morning, and how are you? I am Joe Grayson Jr. Fellow Cherokees, family, and friends, it is an honor to address you today as the Deputy Principal Chief of the great Cherokee Nation. I share my respect today with those that have gone before, whose guidance and hard work gave us a strong spiritualism and provided a model of service to the Cherokee people. We are a fortunate people. I am a fortunate person. We know who we are, and we know where we came from. I am personally connected to my ancestors who were on the Tanasi-Usti River way before the Europeans came to this country. Only we, Cherokee people, have that blood tie to the ancient ones. The first commitment I make today may be the most important. I want it to be clear. I will always and forever stand strong in support of the people I came from. The voice of the Cherokee people is my guidance. Let everyone here today and across Cherokee country remember I have a Cherokee heart, and it beats for my Cherokee people. The Cherokee Capitol is the best place for elected leaders to take the oath of office. The image of this place stayed with me from childhood. It symbolized stability, strength, and endurance, a place we could count on to remain an anchor. I carried the image of this place when I fought in the jungles of Southeast Asia. I carried the image with me always. When I was asked where I was from, I knew I was from this place. A spot that is in my mind purely Cherokee. I am a person from and of this place who grew up seeing these buildings and knowing what they represent. Like our leaders of the past, this site endures. Like the leaders of the past, these grounds and buildings stand as they should, watching over the Cherokee. My pledge to you today is that I will continue to ensure that this place and our historic places are cared for and protected. In the past 4 years, we have initiated plans for a Cherokee National Park system. The Saline Courthouse is the first site of the Cherokee National Park system. I pledge that I will continue to work and keep our language alive, and that our true history is taught and shared with others. 4 years ago, I made a set of promises. I kept them. I believe that the Cherokee people expect me to continue and with those commitments. First off, I promise to continue to keep regular working hours and be a full-time working deputy chief. I will listen to all sides of an argument and be respectful and respectful to those whose opinions I do not share. I will look for solutions that bring us together and not divide us. I will work to continue a calm, responsible government. I am committed to putting more resources into job creation, expansion of health care, education opportunities, employment, and housing benefits. I pledge to back our business enterprises as we strive for increased profit and create jobs for Cherokees in a changing, competitive economy. I will form my own conclusions and stand strong for everything I believe to be in the best interest of the Cherokee people. I will continue to make regular district visits as the deputy chief for all of Cherokee Nation and all of its people. I believe that responsible Cherokee leaders must think and lead in the Cherokee way. Cherokee leaders leading in the Cherokee way work together. They do not bring shame and chaos upon their people. They are servants, not self-serving. They seek compromise and fairness. They are the tools for the voice of the people and do not promote their own voice. I pledge to keep a good mind as I carry out my duties and ask the people to support me in this stand. To the Principal Chief, I say I am proud and eager to work with you. And to the council members, I offer my goodwill and my energy. To my family, offer my heartfelt thanks. And we expect our best wishes to go to the Principal Chief, to the elected council, and to our families. We take our position as leaders in the Cherokee Nation. As a new group of leaders, we take our place today. Let all of us remember those in our families that walked to this site from the homeland, those that struggled to establish a new Cherokee nation and held it together during the Civil War, those that faced statehood and the fading of our government. They kept strong, they kept the virtue, the fortitude, and they kept the convictions that our tribe would endure, adapt, and prosper. Today we should face the memory of those that have gone before us, those dear to us, and those that we have only read or heard about. Remember them and our success and happiness today. Every time I make a public address, I bring to our attention to pray for those in the military service of our country. We know Cherokee warriors have given their lives for our safety and our future. We as Cherokees are bound together by blood, the blood in our veins, blood spilled in defense of our people and our way of life. Our Cherokee blood is the glue that binds us all together. And our Cherokee blood is our fortress against all adversity. My last commitment today is to continue to recognize our veterans. Our Veterans Memorial, which was completed in 2006, the Medal of Patriotism, established in 2005, and the expansion of our Veterans Center is just the beginning. Keep the warriors of the past, now gone, in your thoughts, and let us keep the warriors of today in our prayers. In memory of those fearless warriors and all the ancient ones who protected the nation, we will not let them down. We will show courage. We will show the Cherokee Nation forward in strength, dignity, and respect. Wadon. May the Creator bless the Cherokee Nation.
Man Killer, good to see you this morning. I ask that Chief Justice Darrell Matlock step forward to administer the oath of office to the Principal Chief of the Great and Sovereign Cherokee Nation, Chad Corntassel Smith.
At this time, I offer the oath to you. Repeat after me. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
Chad Corntassel Smith,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation
the duties of Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation
and will,
and will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation
the Constitution of the Cherokee
and the
Nation
United States of America.
and the United States of America.
I swear or affirm further
I swear or affirm further
that I will do everything within my power
that I will do everything within my power
to promote the culture,
to promote the culture,
heritage,
heritage,
and traditions
and traditions
of the Cherokee Nation.
of the great Cherokee Nation.
Congratulations.
Benny Smith. Conduct the Eagle Tail fan ceremony.
Thank you, Jay. From the tone of your voice, I said, what did I do now?
It is time.
Just a few words before we get into the formalities of presenting the eagle tail feather fan to our chief. I couldn't help but notice the pleasing smile that he had on his face when he came up on the stage. He looked like the, cat that caught the canary. The eagle fan it really belongs to the Cherokee people. It is entrusted to our chief, our deputy chief, and our council members. The authority is one of harmony. An honor for all Cherokee's citizens. It's just in safekeeping. In Cherokee, they said, we got to nata, alle. We got to waga, igadante ke heste. Alle, igadante. It's going to use it not to go well. Do you deed ida is este? It has been a very, very ancient kind of teaching. It's a teaching that lives, as Joe Drayton said, in our blood. Sagu is all teste. Asil, now it nigga done teste. The Cherokee sacred fire is central to everything that exists. It exists, it impermeates the design purpose of all people. The Cherokee sacred fire is our ancient mother. Our mother that gave us birth. Our mother that protects us. Our mother that nourishes. And it's connected to the eagle fan. One cannot go without the other in essence, in the old teaching. Because that high, uplifting of our minds for each other, having a high regard for each other, it isn't just how we're brought up. That was the design of our Creator or provider. Chief Chad Smith, would you come and no. Ni hao so has the lay ga. Na near you on neto hale. So like a yele. Ane and he's a like unazela ega. Skeno. Sagu. Go hig the union nature. Sawu is so tasty. Cherokees to have one fire. Hale, na so like water needs to turn tasty. Stay close to the sacred fire of the Cherokee people. One only has to be here for a short while to know that there's such a symbol, there is such a thing as a flame for the Cherokee people. Our provider would not have placed people on this earth without having given them something to identify themselves with. Yes, she is our ancient mother, the fire. That is the reason everyone unconsciously and spontaneously honors the sacred fire of the Cherokee people. Well, don't.
I first want to acknowledge you, the citizens of the Cherokee Nation, our friends and neighbors, the court, the council, my family, my wife of 30 years, Bobby Gale Smith, and my mother, Pauline Smith. I thank the Cherokee people for the opportunity to serve our nation for another 4 years. It was at my inauguration 8 years ago that Benny Smith, as he has today, instructed me to become a student of the Cherokee people and that of our government. Every day I have followed his advice. I've studied, analyzed, considered, and planned with a vision that our people become a happy and healthy people. As Redbird Smith said more than 100 years ago, we are endowed with intelligence, we are industrious, we are loyal, and we are spiritual, but we are overlooking that particular Cherokee mission on earth. For no man nor race is so endowed with these qualifications without a design purpose. Redbird Smith believed that the Cherokee people had a purpose on earth. A design purpose is what he called it. I believe that the design purpose for the Cherokee people is to become a happy and healthy people. On this occasion, I address our people. It is my opportunity to make commitments, and I do so in great humility. I make these commitments to myself and my family, my community, and my nation. My commitment is based on and focused on our constitutional oath that I will do everything to the best of my ability to preserve and protect, defend our Constitution, and to do with everything in my power to promote the culture, heritage, and traditions of the Cherokee Nation. And among all the speakers this morning, you heard over and over the sacredness of our Constitution. That is my sworn duty, the sworn duty of all of our elected officials, and we have no other constitutional duties. So why is this oath to defend our Constitution so important? Our Constitution is our sacred oath and our bond to each other and to those who have gone on before us and those that will come after us. It is what binds together our government. By defending our Constitution, we defend our government. We defend our people's rights and freedoms. We defend it from outside threats, such as hostile members of Congress. We defend the Cherokee Nation from splinter groups. We defend the Cherokee Nation from internal threats as well. Most of all, we must defend against internal destructive behaviors and misguided efforts designed to weaken or destroy our nation. We, as Cherokee people, must reject the role of being a victim, of believing that we're entitled to something for nothing. We must reject the lie that we are a weak people or the Cherokees cannot or should not choose their own destiny. We must demonstrate our pride and live by the wisdom of our culture. In all of our history, we have steadfastly protected and exercised without apology the right that we, as a people and a government, decide our future. The Cherokee Nation may be wounded from outside by forces that we cannot control. But we cannot, and we will not decay from inside by influences that we can control. If we defend our Constitution and our government, no outside force can destroy us. If we embrace the attributes, characteristics, and values of our culture, no internal force can destroy us. It is the strength of our culture that allows us to build strong families and healthy communities. I will continue to defend our Constitution and the rights of our people. This is my solemn promise to the Cherokee Nation. My belief in our people and government will never waver in the face of adversity. In the next 4 years, I will continue to uphold certain principles. I will do what's right for the Cherokee Nation and people, not what's in my own self-interest. I will promote projects that allow Cherokees to help themselves and to give every Cherokee the chance to become self-reliant rather than creating debilitating dependency. I will promote Gadugi, coming together and working for the benefit of the community rather than grabbing all one can for oneself. I will study and thoughtfully consider issues rather than arbitrarily making emotional judgments. I will test important decisions to make sure that they are sound rather than doing what is politically expedient. I commit to you today to strengthen the government and the process put in place by the Cherokee people. I will stand firm against bullies. I will stand against those who work against the will of the people and at the expense of what is good for the entire nation. I will resist short-sighted, ill-conceived claims and proposals and instead make sensible, well-informed, well-tested decisions. As your principal chief, I'm committed to developing a 20-year culturally based leadership curriculum so our people, including the young, will make sound decisions to help their families and communities and so they can contribute back to our nation. Leadership is simple. It is a process from going where we are to a better place that we choose in the future. In 1859, John Ross wrote, "We have at command the means of extending education and knowledge to every hearth of every cabin of the land. If we, the Cherokee people, do not become enlightened and prosperous, it will be because they fail to will it." Our greatest challenge and opportunity is to promote and encourage leadership, especially in our youth, which will lead to good decision-making in our personal lives, our families, communities, and nation. We can put an end to diabetes, the scourge of methamphetamine, obesity, child abuse, and political pettiness by making better choices. Leadership can take us to that vision of a happy and healthy people. If we do not accomplish this vision, we have no one to blame but ourselves. As John Ross wrote, we will have failed to will it. John Ross also wrote in 1857, "If our rights of soil and self-government, of free homes and self-chosen institutions are worth the toils and struggles of the past, they are worth present defense and continuation upon the most permanent footing." He said, "Years of trial and anxiety, danger and struggle have alone maintained the existence of the Cherokee people as a distinct community, and as such, it must continue if we are to live as men ourselves and discharge a debt we owe to posterity. That debt to posterity must be paid today." John Ross and our ancestors 150 years ago owed a debt to the Cherokee Nation and to those who came before them. And because they paid their debt, we are here today. Redbird Smith summarized things well 100 years ago when he said, "Our pride and our ancestral heritage is our great incentive for handling something worthwhile to our posterity." As Redbird Smith and John Ross challenged us, we must pass something worthwhile on to our children and our grandchildren. And that is our great Cherokee legacy: to face adversity, survive, adapt, prosper, and excel. And in closing, these are my commitments to you, Council. I commit to deliberating, discussing, and debating with you to come to the best decisions and policies for the Cherokee Nation and follow the legislative process. We make those decisions not only for those Cherokees living, but for those yet to come. To the court, I commit that I will honor the decisions of the court and defend your right to decide. To our administration, our employees, I pledge that we will work hard and we will work wisely toward that long-term vision. I will exercise the authorities constitutionally mandated to the office of Principal Chief. I commit to our people and to those yet unborn to preserve and defend our Constitution and our right of self-government. I commit to you to work, as I have every day for the last 8 years, consistently, with hard work and sound decisions, to discharge this debt we owe to posterity, the passage of our great legacy. I make these commitments because I care about our people, and I want to see us achieve the vision of becoming that happy and healthy people. I want to pass on that great Cherokee legacy to our children, as those ancestors have passed it on to us, to face adversity, survive, adapt, prosper, and excel. To each of you, I bring this message humbly. The only way we can pay our debt to Cherokees of today and those of 100 years from now is to faithfully abide by our oath of office, to defend our nation and Constitution, and to provide leadership that takes us from weakness to strength, from ignorance to intelligence, from victim defeatism to confidence, from selfishness to God-duty, from short-sightedness to vision, from illness to health, and from discontent to happiness. Let us all take our leave here today, elected officials, citizens, and friends of the Cherokee Nation, to join in these commitments in the spirit of God-duty. Wadoe, your humble servant, Chad Smith. Wadoe.
Sings once again under the direction of Mary Henshaw Henderson, One Drop of Blood. Cherokee National Youth Choir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we prepare for a very special ceremony. Today, on the north side of our Capitol Square, we will be planting 3 symbolic trees, done so by the 3 branches of our government. I ask that the color guard retrieve the colors and lead us in formal procession to the site of our tree planting ceremony. Sergeant? We ask our chiefs, our justices, and our tribal council and all of our friends to join us in this procession.
Can someone grab that mic, that shotgun mic stand, and bring it over? I think we're where we can go. I think we're where we can go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us here on the north side of the square. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us here on the north side of the square for the ceremony. Thank you. As a symbol of renewal, unity, growth, and peace within the Cherokee Nation, a pine tree was planted during the 1999 inaugural in the exact location on the south side of the courthouse square where an ancient pine tree had withered. The mulch in which the inaugural pine was planted contained the ashes from the burning of the dead pine tree. Water carried here from our native homeland near the Qualla boundary was poured on the tree's roots to recognize the sacred life-giving force, as well as to acknowledge our connection with our brothers and sisters of the Eastern Band of Cherokee. Today, we symbolize the 2007 inaugural theme of moving in the right direction and renew our commitment to pass on the great Cherokee legacy to our descendants, to face adversity, survive, adapt, prosper, and excel by the planting of these 3 trees on this special occasion. In former times, Benny Smith has shared with us the significance of all trees to Mother Earth and our native lifeways. He said, our people, the Cherokees, found in trees resources that could support their existence in every way. Trees were used to reflect wholeness. Trees and unlimited food and fruit, nourishment. And trees provided shelter, warmth, and safety, protection.
Trees gave insights to our vision of inner and outer growth and development. Thus, the tree is a sacred symbol among all peoples. Today, we are planting an oak, pecan, and a hickory tree. Benny Smith reminds us that among the Cherokee, the oak tree is highly regarded for its practical and medicinal uses. The Cherokees call it Jusaka. The tribal council will plant the oak tree. The dependable pecan tree is highly regarded for its never-ending produce of pecans. The Cherokee called it Shohiganuhida. Our justices will plant the pecan tree. The hickory tree has long been a part of Cherokee lifeways. Its edible nut is the basis for sustenance and medicines, and its wood the source of many traditional tools and utensils ranging from cooking spoons to ball sticks. The Cherokees call it Wanehi. Symbolically, the roots of the Cherokee people are deep in this land, just as are the roots of these trees. As long as the trees live, so shall our people. The ancient ones would say that the tree will never die. The life of the trees is indeed the life of the people. Our justices, our chiefs, and our council will now lay the roots of these living symbols.
You need to go get the cheese and others. Do you have it?
Yeah, they'll do it.
As we prepare to close these ceremonies today, I ask for the closing invocation to be delivered by former Deputy Principal Chief, Tribal Counselor, Cherokee statesman, and a respected elder, John Ketcher.
Osio, negado wa. Kali heli sedigati ti teto hoko igi. Ahanen kalagi ite hun. Nigat sanito hun. Itata to lis tumo. May we bow our heads. O Great Spirit, we give thanks for another beautiful day. A day of celebration in which our Cherokee Nation has witnessed the will of the Cherokee people, selecting and endorsing the leadership of our nation for the next term. We ask for your blessing for the coming term. May the direction be right, the right direction that will lead us, that is pleasing in the eyes of the Almighty. May the uppermost in their minds be to serve their constituents, keeping in mind that it is for them the Cherokee Nation exists. To find ways to encourage the people of the nation to work toward being self-sufficient by taking advantage of the many programs designed to help them to become self-sufficient. If it be the will of the Great Spirit, may this be of dedication and committing of the people of the Cherokee Nation to go forward this day. Put away all negative thoughts and feelings of the recent election and come together for a better, progressive, stronger, happiness, and greater Cherokee Nation. As we depart from this place, continue to watch over us as a nation and as individuals. We seek guidance and patience in all that we do. Be with our national leaders as they work bringing peace around the world. Be with our armed forces and those who face danger every day and in the many parts of the world. And comfort those families that are of these people. May you continue to look over the Cherokee Nation and bless us where we seek thy guidance. We ask in your name. Amen.
With the blessings of our Creator, the planting of trees to commemorate this occasion of the inauguration of the Cherokee Nation and its elected officials, and with the pledges of our chiefs and council to continue moving the Cherokee Nation in the right direction, now we come to the close of these ceremonies. These inaugural proceedings are adjourned. And I direct your attention to the porte cochere, where a reception line of our elected officials will greet each and every one. Thank you all for being a part of our celebration. You may retire the colors.
Pan around, go slow.
Oh, yes, yes. I never got to we have, but I really wanted to be, because she was also
Can't see it. You don't hold this much longer. It's getting too hot.
All right, thank you. Congratulations.